afternoon team, how you all doing? We haven't been out on site for a while with the camera, so it's a great day. It is a bit cold, it is a bit grey unfortunately, so I am in a polar fleece to keep warm. Anyway, we're down at the beach, so I thought we'd take you through Splash Up. We're about halfway through on this project now. We've just been chipping it around some downtime that we've had, and the boys have done a great job re-levelling it, re-roofing it, a lot of new framing. So we'll take you through and have a look at that, and we'll explain to you what we've done. So let's go for a walk and have a look. So I think the first video we did was nothing was done down here. I think it was just a bit of a walk around to sort of talk to you about what our plans are. We did talk about how out of level the floor was, and yeah, I have to put my hand up and say it is a lot worse than what I thought it was too. So I think we came up about 220 mils in this particular corner, right to the back of the house. The guys did a great job of re-leveling. I think there's about 12 posts left underneath the house at original. All the rest are just rotten out. No concrete, so we've just gone through and redone it all, concreted those back in, and then put in all these new house piles underneath here, which you can sort of see underneath through here, which has been good. And so they've gone down fairly deep, and they've put in a nice big punch pad. So the punch pad means we put a pad down first in the ground, put some steel through that, get that to cure up, and then our post sits on top of that, and then we concrete those in again. So basically on the bottom is a big chunky pad to stop any movement up and down through the ground. We didn't actually have to replace any timber work too much underneath the house. Across the front was super rotten because this is the low part. So all the water was funneling down into here, and all of this bearer work under here was rotten right through. So we managed to rip all that out and start again and fix all that up. Come up really good. So, and there's a big deck to go out here now. Well, not big, but 2.5 metres sort of thing coming out of these doors. You can see one door's just literally turned up as we talking, which is good. And then that'll go in down the far end, so this whole front will open up. I thought I'd better put one of these recessed windows in, because we've done a couple on some projects and everybody loved the look of them, so thought I'd give it a go in here. So we've packed out the wall to give you the depth. So basically our feet lines here, and we've just put a false wall in to build some depth out. Punch the window back into the framing line, as you can see there. And then the iron's cladded around. And inside this insert here, I'm thinking it's going to be bright yellow, because all the cladding that you can't see on yet is bright yellow weatherboards. We want some real sunshine coming in. It's a beachside place, so we want some real vibrancy, some fun, some colour into it. So the yellow will be a real good contrast to the thunder grey. So I think having an insert into here is going to look really good with that real punch out, and it's just some fun, you know. This is our first deck that we put on the job. Last weekend, Luca, our youngest, actually came down and gave me a hand, so I set up the framing for him, and he got in and put all the decking boards down. I'm actually chuffed. It's his first go at it, so it's come up great. He's made a really good job of it. And it's a nice little deck off the master bedroom. Get some western setting sun on this side if we ever get to see it. But yeah, it's really nice through here into this little area. You can't do a renovation without having the old lean-to iron piece out the back. So this is just the wee nod to that little characteristic of the lean-to that someone's built on there. I always just say Charlie and his mate had a box of beers on the weekend. Thought, oh, we'll put an extension on the back of the house, which is basically what's happened here. We've had to pull it all down because it had absolutely no flooring. The flooring is actually over top of these pavers, I should say, that we found. So they'd literally laid that, put some carpet over top of that, and then just laid some flooring on top of that again. So that was basically it. So you can see all the sand that we've dug out, pulled it out of the house and flicked it out here, and then just rebuilt the floor up to the right heights, insulated it, polythene underneath it to give it rising dampness, and then rectified all the framing, which was non-existent. So this is, I quite like this little area because it's that sort of feeling of what it was like when you always put a lean-to on the back with a bit of corrugated iron, which will then probably do some sort of courtyard out here, because it actually gets a lot of nice setting sun out here. The sun sort of sets over there, so it's quite nice and sheltered. You don't get the pesky easterly that blows in through. It's really nice and sheltered in here now too, which is good. This was the real bad area that over time, obviously I think a lot of wind blown sand and stuff had come through here, so that actually the ground level was above the floor, so it's all, the ground was hard up against the weatherboards. It's quite rotten through here, so we had to replace all this section through here, which was badly rotten. And then around here we've got some asbestos sheeting still here in place, so we end up having to get that removed professionally. You can see it's just been biffed against all the old retaining ground over the years and just a wee junkyard out here, so probably have to get around to doing something with that eventually, tidying it up and leveling it out. But just the main thing is about getting those cladding clearances right from the ground to the cladding to make sure there's no water against it, maybe a strip drain or a spoon drain to go down here. And then we've converted it over to gas, so it's gas hot water to go through. We've got rid of the old hot water cylinder, which was low pressure, which had the old roof spout coming up through the top. So all the new weatherboards will run through here. And this is the cold, obviously the cold side of the house. It doesn't get a lot, so you'll need really good paint system on it to set it all up. So you can see behind me here we've replaced all the roof, and because they had the old galvanised tray click system roof that was rotten, rusted, pretty bad condition really. So we peeled that off. So when we peeled it off, we found the old roof again underneath the old roof. So it's on its third roof now. So the old Decramastic roofing bitumen went through originally, and that was all perished and split and leaked everywhere. So they had put a timber fillet across, packed up the falls, put the new iron on top, and then obviously with the dropping of the house over time, the roof falls all went the wrong way. So us lifting the house back up again, all the water now flows to the back where it should do, and then we've put a new system on top of that. So COLORSTEEL plumb deck system's gone on top of that. It's the sea spray zone system, so max system which for the iron, so it'll give it longevity in the conditions it's going to get here, which is going to be kind of quite harsh. You can see up above me here we've got the old and new with the fascias. So we've got James Hardie on this side, which is a 305mm thick weatherboard, which runs all the way around as a breeze board all the way around the house. And we've overlaid that on over the original fascia. So originally had a double fascia system on the house, so we've pulled off the top double fascia, gone through and refixed the original fascias back to the rafters, because they're actually in fair condition. They weren't terribly that bad, but too bad to paint and keep the same. So the fibre cement product is a far better system to use out in a harsh area like this with the weather. So that'll get all completed, and this will get wrapped down here and finished off. And then the paint system will come around and paint those all in one colour. And then we'll have our barges, and our new gutter system sits up here. And it'll just keep it all nice and neat and trim, and then it's just nice and smooth and keeps the maintenance down over timber. There we have it, team. Hey, it's always a pleasure to take you through these videos. Love the interaction we get from there. Next time through we'll probably be able to take you through and we'll see some coloured cladding on. Bit of yellow, which I'm really looking forward to. I know Marcella, my wife, she's chomping at the bit to see it. So that'll be really good to see, and then we'll be able to show you some landscaping work that we've got going through here. So I promise I won't be so slow next time with some more videos. We've got some really cool projects going on at the moment, so I'd like to show you those. Clients are always great to allow us to come into these jobs and show them through, but it's a bit easier here as I am the client. But next time around we'll take you through someone's house and have a look. Enjoy.